might have noticed there's somebody else sat this side. Yeah, this person here. This is my husband, who has his own channel. So there'll be a link to that down below in the description box if you want to go and see what ramblings he does. So today we're going to do a Good Omens book tag. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is original. We came up with this the other day. So everything is linked more towards the TV adaptation that's on Amazon Prime, and if you haven't gone to see that yet, go and watch it right now, please, and then come back and watch this. So it's a bit of fun just to keep up the spirits. Okay?
Lovely. Thank you for introducing me so beautifully.
Right, so we're going to start off with Aziraphale.
I gave it away.
Right. So this is a book that we have given to someone else, and obviously it's been passed on. This is not a present, this is not a gift, this is one of our books that we've actually passed on to somebody else. So for me, that would be The Beautiful, because I had an ARC copy of it from Yelp last year, and it came in a Fairy Loot box last year. So I've got the book up there somewhere. So I got the book and I gave the ARC to a friend of mine to read.
Yeah, for me, I gave away the GP Taylor collection that I had to a charity shop. I've read them all. They're okay, but I can't see myself reading them again, so there to go. Shelf space and all that.
Very important. Yeah. Okay, so we have another point for Aziraphale, which is temptation accomplished. So,
Temptation accomplished.
Yes, exactly. This is a book we've encouraged somebody else to read.
Yes.
Right, you go first.
So one's back here.
Yeah, you could go yours.
I don't think that one. It's what one. While at work, I was reading Sandstorm by James Rowlands. Your work colleague was sitting next to me at the kitchen table and went, "What are you reading?" So I told her about this, and she ended up borrowing my entire collection of the Sigma 4 series. So.
Yeah. And mine would be... Sorry. Actually, was I going to do that one? I don't think I was going to do that one. Sorry, he stepped on his foot. And for me, I've got Just One Damn Thing After Another by Jodie Taylor. This is the first in the St. Mary's Chronicles, which you know I love. I sent a copy of this to my mum just for fun, and she really liked it. Okay, our next character is Crowley.
Sauntered vaguely downwards.
Okay, so these are books that get more adult the further into the series you get. So that might be sexual content, all the themes, all the general overall darkness of the series. So I'm going to plump for Sarah J. Maas books because, obviously, anyone who's read the series, particularly Throne of Glass, knows it starts off quite sort of, yes, a little violent, but fairly gentle. And then by the time you get to book 3, whoa, it goes up an age bracket.
And I'm going to go for the Scarlet Ugly Pleasant series by Dirk Landy. They start off gentle, and then by book 2, 3, they're getting a lot more graphic and violent. As Valkyrie grows up, things get more adult.
Very, very, very bloody very quickly, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so our second prompt for Crowley.
Kind of hear a wahoo.
So this is a book that made you punch the air, literally. So we've probably got quite a few, haven't we?
Yeah, quite a few. A lot of The Expanse.
Yeah, there are
a lot of moments.
Chapters where you just go, yes, on them. So definitely that.
And reading The Wanderers when Marcy got all...
Oh, superb way! Yeah, that was
awesome.
so pretty cool. Yeah, if you haven't read The Wanderers by Chuck Wendig, yes, it's a little close to home right now, but it's really, really good. But yeah, that's had a few why moments, hasn't it? So yeah. I mean, in some of our graphic novels and that, we've sat there and gone, yes, isn't it? It's quite amusing where you can find a wahoo moment. It's quite cool. So there we are. So again, let us know your wahoo moments down in the comments below. So the next one is one of our favourite lines. Young man, your car is on fire. So this is a book that has completely jumped the shark. So it's totally over the top. It's way beyond any sense of real expectations. So I have picked, now I think it's Crocodile Tears by Anthony Horowitz, which is about like book 5, 6 in the Alex Rider series, and you're getting to a point where even James Bond is not going to survive this level of violence and brutality that this teenager is going through. Anyone who's actually read the series will know that these are excessive James Bond stunts and situations. But Crocodile Tears, I think, is the one where I'm sitting there going, no, this kid should be actually dead at this point. So I'm going to go with that.
And I picked Soul Music by Terry Pratchett. where we have Death on a motorbike. Now, Crowley's car was on fire, Death's motorbike is on fire and falling to bits. So that's a really awesome scene. So that's the an analogous one. But I could also do Jumping the Shark, which is Temple by Matthew Riley, where we have our hero falling from a plane in a tank with a bomb.
Like you do.
Like you do,
Like
yes.
you do, totally.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Shark jumping there. Okay. Our next prompt is Agnes Nutter Witch. So this is a book we are looking forward to. So,
The Expanse Book 9 by James S. Corey. Come on, we're waiting for that one
yeah,
already.
I've been waiting too long for that one. Need it so quickly now. I've got so many books on my list that I'm looking forward to. Unravel the Dusk, which comes out hopefully in a couple of months' time, which is a sequel to Spin the Dawn. And then the sequel to We Hunt the Flame, which has just gone completely from my brain. I can't remember what that's called at all. But that, I've just found out, has been pushed back to January next year. And I'm absolutely gutted. So I've got loads of books. You go look at my Goodreads, I want list. There's plenty on there.
I'm having a moment.
Okay, so this is literally a book where we have a moment, emotionally.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to plump with my St. Mary's books. There's about 3 or 4 in there now where I literally have a moment, because some of the themes and the way the plot moves and character development really just hit you right in the feels and, yeah, completely destroy me, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, I need a few hugs after them. So there we go. So yeah, watch yourself if you do read that series.
Mine was Long Tusk by Stephen Baxter. Baxter is normally quite dry and hard going. It's good stuff, but not particularly emotionally poised. Poised?
Invested?
Invested. Emotionally charged.
Okay.
Charged. Although you knew where this was going to end up, by the time you got there, this was quite hard going. I really did feel a lot of things at the end of this one.
So our next prompt is The Dog. Now, those of you that watch the show know there is a particular scene where... Oh, what's his name? Bill Patterson?
Bill Patterson's actor.
Yeah, Bill Patterson's character, whose name escapes me, can't pick up his sausage dog. He's literally got a sausage dog. And he's trying to pick it up out of the way. And this dog just does a complete 360. Apparently, the dog was absolutely fine. But anyway, so this is literally a book you either physically cannot pick up because of its size, shape, whatever, or it's a book you're having issues getting into. So if I was going to go for a book I'm struggling to get into, I'm going to pick Crescent City by Sarah J Maas, because I'm really not engaging with it at the moment. I'll give it another go in a few days, but ugh. But I have plenty of books that I find physically impossible to pick up. Do you want to pass me one? They're all down behind you. I like the way he just picks them up nice and easily. That's the chair, by the way, not him. So I've got the Dragon Republic, which is like humongous. There's also Kingdom of Copper down there. Yeah, I had to carry both of these home with me on the train after Yauk. So I had both of these in my bag, on my shoulder at the same time. My God, it was heavy. So actually one of the bonuses of being in lockdown is I can finally read these books without having to panic about carrying them back and forth to work on the bus. So, yeah. But yeah, very, very heavy books.
My one is getting into, it's another Stephen Baxter. This one's Titan, book 2 of the NASA series. I read book 1 11 years ago and it was hard going. I quite enjoyed it, but it took me a long time to get through. It was very dry, very technical, if you like. I want to read it, but I've got to be in the mood, and I've not been in the mood for over 10 years now. Yeah. So, there we go.
Right. The epic cold opening. In the show, is it episode 3?
Yeah, I think it's the third
episode 3. There is a 30-minute cold opening before the title sequence, which is basically the history of Aziraphale and Crowley and their friendship. And it's awesome. It's like the best cold opening ever. So for this prompt, we are choosing either the awesome opening scene of a book or the largest amount of pages you have to get through before you get to page 1. This is quite hard, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I had loads of thoughts in my head when I came up with it. It's like, pick a book.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm sure there's great. And actually have all gone completely from my head. So,
Mine was Magician by Raymond E. Feist, book one of the part one of the Rift War series. So for this we have about the author, what else he's written, front page again, the copyright page, dedication, the acknowledgements for the revised edition, the foreword to the revised edition, the title again, a map, another map, the book one and quote, and finally we got to page 1.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So for mine, I've picked up Robin Hood, Royal Assassin. I've not actually read this yet. This is book 2 of the Farseer trilogy. And we have Robin Hood, who the heck?
Robin Hood, riding through the bend.
We have Robin Hobb, bibliography. It's not bibliography, it's introduction-y. What do they call it, front page? But it's just the history of the author.
It's about the author.
Yeah, okay. So
the biography, if you like.
Yeah, okay, fair
Or the
enough.
bio.
And then we've got list of books that she's written, title page, copyright, dedication, a map, because we like maps. And then I have a prologue. And the prologue actually is 18 pages long, which that's a hefty prologue. That's almost like a short story in its own right. So I'm going to go with that one.
That's a good choice.
There we go. If you come up with anything better, let me know down below, please. Okay, we're now into the them. That's the group of kids. So Adam, Pepper, Wensleydale and Brian. There we go. This one is your best friend book. So this is the book that's been through thick and thin with you, that holds a real special place in your heart.
Mine is predictably The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, part 1 of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series.
A trilogy in 5 parts.
A trilogy in 5 parts, 6 parts if you count the And Another Thing by Ian Colfer. However you pronounce his name.
It is Ian Colfer.
I love this book so much, and that's the most quoted book as well. So it's mentioned every day in some way. After Monty Python.
Yes, after Python. God, Python in this house. Mine is Doctor Who and the Horror of Fang Rock novelisation by Terence Dicks. This spent about 2 years in my coat pocket while I was at 6th form doing my A-levels. It's actually this copy, so it's slightly battered, worn out on the spine, because my pocket was only just big enough for a book this size, which, as you can imagine, drove me bonkers because I had so many other books that were too big to get into the pocket. Women's pockets are tiny. Okay, our next prompt is the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. So we're going to start off with war. What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Well done. So this is the book that will not fit on your shelves. So the book that stands out, the book that does not fit in with the rest of the series, the book, no matter how hard you try, just looks wrong.
Doesn't play well with others.
Yeah, definitely.
I've chosen Star Wars Complete Locations, I think. Yep.
Yeah.
Brilliant book, gorgeous illustrations in it, but it's humongous size, doesn't fit on any shelf normally. You have to stick it on that side out, and about that much hangs off the edge of the shelf.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
But it is a cracking, beautiful book. I really do love it.
Fold open pages and then all the rest of it. Gorgeous book.
If you come across it, pick it up.
And pre-Disney, so it's not rubbish.
You can't say things like that.
I just did, and I stand by it.
Okay, I'm going to pick our set of Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. Now, I've got to find them. Where are they?
I felt they were behind that lot.
There they are.
They are behind that lot.
They are behind that lot because they don't match. They are terrible. Oh, God, they're
You ought to
heavy.
read them, they're brilliant.
I know. They're really heavy as well. They're just not normal paperback size, so they stick out a bit further when you put them on with other paperbacks. They're either slightly too tall or slightly too short, depending what you put them on. And they bug me because they just don't look right on the shelf. They really you know, they've got the classic look as well. So, you know, you put them in amongst all your other books and they really stick out as like, ooh, they don't belong. They're pompous books. They're not. They're cracking books.
Considering they're full of pictures as well, the spies don't give anything away.
No, I mean, yeah, these are not my prettiest books on the shelf. I really don't like them like this. So I'd be happy if they republished them, to be honest. But there we go. Yeah, I know.
You've not even read them.
It bugs me. That's why they're hidden behind other books. There we go. See, personal taste and everything. Okay, our next book is The Next Horseman. Sorry.
Nay.
Is Pollution. This is an ugly book. Just full stop, a book that you think is ugly. Should I get it?
You can get it. We're in agreement with this one.
We're totally in agreement on this one. Brace yourself. It's even worse because the other books are really, really good.
It is, yeah. Plague World by Alex Scarrow, book 3 of the Reborn series. Or is it remade?
It's
book 3
remade.
of the Remade series.
Yeah.
2 glorious, silvery, shiny covers.
Come on, get them. Hold on.
Yeah, starts off with 2 glorious, shiny covers, bright colours, pretty gruesome, but cool. And then you got, I'm not sure if it shows up on the screen, but orange and lime green stripy.
Yeah, it's yellow, isn't it?
That is orange.
Yeah, orange and yellow, isn't it?
It was green.
Oh, is it yellow or is it green? Let us know.
Yeah. So orange and paley greeny yellow stripes. It's just absolutely ghastly. That's bad enough they republished them and renamed them all, but horrid. Why? Why?
Yeah, particularly after, brilliant.
Nice.
Oh, it's really frustrating because I'll have kids who come up to me and go, oh, I want a gross horror book. And I go, well, read this one. And unfortunately, I don't have that version. I've got a luminous, stripy copy of Remade. And they look at me and it's like, no, you've got to trust me. This book is gross and gruesome.
You know, that's got an eyeball with a bug sort of cutting into it. You know, that says it all, really.
Yeah, whereas...
That just wants to make you go throw up.
So, yeah. Sorry, publishers, you got it wrong. See, we do agree on some things. Okay, our next horseman, Famine. This is a book you want more of. You just want more of it. Simple.
Mine is Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. This was a Scooby-Doo styles adventure. Really enjoyed it. Want more of those.
Yeah, and I'm going to plump. Yeah, don't do it that way often. With my Becky Chambers Wayfarers series. I do have all 3 books, and I'm really lucky I've got all 3 books. I'm only holding 2 up because obviously I've only got 2 hands. But I love this universe so much. I tell you, if you're feeling down at the moment, go and pick up one of these books. You don't have to read them in order. They all kind of stand alone by themselves. Certainly the Record of a Spaceborne Fuse stands by itself. Close and Common Orbit follows one of the characters in Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. But they're just so joyful and hopeful. These are fantastic sci-fi books and you must read them. So yeah, I want more of these. Whether it's just short stories or another novel, I don't care. I want more of this universe. Yeah, it is. This one is very simply a book that is falling apart.
I would have done Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton because it literally did fall apart and I got a fresh copy which wasn't, so I can't do that one anymore. But I can do Cloak of Deception by James Luceno, Star Wars book. It's been eaten at the bottom by our pet rabbit Wensleydale.
And I've got Doctor Who The Glorious Dead. This is a collection of comics from the Doctor Who magazine. Unfortunately, my copy, the binding's giving up, so I've actually got pages just... I know. This is awful. I mean, literally, there's just like loose pages everywhere. The whole thing is, I mean, they are.
Oh, was it went on the floor then?
Yeah, that almost went on the floor. There's like, what's that, 30 pages there that have just come out.
You could shuffle them and make it really interesting.
Yeah, I could really go for it. But yeah, so I'm going to have to buy a new copy of this. It's nobody's fault. This has not been brutalised. It has just done
the binding's gone.
It's just done that horrible thing where the book's just given up. There you go. Jezebel. There is Madame Tracy in Good Omens, who's called Jezebel an awful lot throughout the show for various reasons. But this prompt is, judge a book on its cover, but it's nothing like it. I have to admit, I'm struggling with this one.
I've picked Clone Wars Wild Space by Karen Travis. No, it isn't. By Karen Miller. Too many Karens. As you can see, it's lots of clone troopers. Oh,
There's a bookmark in it.
Gosh, wonder about that. It's got lots of clone troopers on it, and you're thinking, it's going to be pretty much like the TV show. It's going to be pretty basic. The front cover doesn't take place at all, and it's a character piece on Obi-Wan Kenobi and Bail Organa as they try to survive on a planet.
So why has it got clone troopers on the front then?
I have no idea. It's nothing to do with the cover whatsoever, but brilliant story. Far better than I was expecting.
Okay, yeah, literally don't judge a book by its cover. No, I don't know what book to pick for this one.
You can do Plague World again.
I could do Plague World. Yeah, that would be cheating though, wouldn't it?
Most of them are pretty...
Yeah, I have to say, most of my covers are actually really good, aren't they? I don't appear to have one for this prompt.
Fine.
I obviously pick my covers well. There we go. Right, Newton Pulsifer, Witchfinder. This is the book you failed to read as an ebook. Newton has a problem with technology in the book.
Yeah.
So this is one where we don't get on with the technology.
Yeah, I can't read ebooks. I tried Treasure Planet by...
No, you didn't.
No, it's not Treasure Planet at all.
That's the film.
Ah, crap. I tried Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. Got about 2 chapters in and gave up. Not because of the story, it's just I wasn't enjoying it on the e-reader. So I'll have to try again on a physical copy when I get hold of one.
Yeah, I'm pretty rubbish at ebooks as well. My brain can't do it. My eyes get really tired really quickly. And to be honest, I really struggle. I don't know about you, but the idea of just swiping pages, it doesn't tell me how much I've gone through a book, even though it's got like a percentage or the page count. I need to actually see how far I've got through a book to keep me going.
I also like the fact you can flip back. It's like when you got to character, oh, who was that character? You flip back, oh yes, it was that bit, and then you can flip forward. You can't do that with an ebook because you're having to swipe all the time.
Yeah, and if they've got a map as well, and it's like you want to refer to somewhere, it's like, hold on, I've got to go and swipe back to the very beginning, and then you've lost your page, and you're faffing all the time.
I mean, if you like ebooks, great, but not for me.
Yeah. I will say I did try the audio of Nevernight, which I was given as a free download at Yelp last year. I got a lot at Yelp last year.
You did?
I did very well. I got 3 chapters in. I was listening to it while I was actually finishing painting the library. Aha, where we are. I know. And one, apart from the language and the content, which means I couldn't listen to it with the kids in the house, which is like a major problem. The whole concept of the footnotes, it's okay when you're reading the book because obviously they're separate and you can switch your brain and get away with it. But listening to someone jumping from the main story to a footnote and then back again really was hard to follow. My brain just like, no, why have we gone off and talked about this person? Oh right, we've gone back onto that. And it took me ages to figure out that this book had footnotes. I didn't know it had footnotes. So anyway, in the end I gave up and borrowed the book off a friend and read it and found it so much easier to get through. There we go. We're obviously not technical people. Okay, Shadwell, Sergeant Shadwell, Witchfinder.
How many nipples you got?
Yeah, he has an obsession with nipples. Don't ask. Everybody's got their thing. This is the book with the most interesting misprint. So this is where the publishing company or the editor has cocked up and your book just sometimes just doesn't make sense.
So mine is Medusa's Children by Bob Shaw. Brilliant book, highly recommend it. But this copy I tried looking for earlier, I couldn't find it.
Massive misprint.
There's a massive misprint where a paragraph is about 2/3 of the way through, cuts into the next paragraph, which lasts the whole thing, and then we have the final part of the first paragraph that we didn't get, and then the whole thing again.
Did you understand that?
Yeah, I had to read it a few times to work out what the hell's going on here. Oh, it's a misprint.
Yeah, and it's in the middle of the page, so it's not like we've gone from one page to another page and you could have said, oh, they've put the pages in the wrong. No, it's in the middle of an actual page. And he read it out to me and it's like, what? Literally, it's like someone had copied and pasted and moved it up and done it wrong.
Yeah.
It's so bizarre. I don't think I've ever come across that before.
Yeah, and then there's another line which does it a bit later on as well, but that's a smaller one. But
that was a biggie, wasn't it? That was a biggie, impressive one. Yeah.
Anathema.
Amathea? Are we going with that? We're going to go with Amathea. Right.
Amathena device.
Okay. So this is the book you drew on as a child, because Amathea draws on her copy of the Nice and Accurate Prophecies of Agnes Nutter. Of course, us two being the well-rounded, dedicated bookworms we grew up to be.
Had all our books written on by our younger brothers.
Yeah. Thanks.
Most of my books have crayon across various faces or scribblings in the margins.
See, mine weren't too bad. I didn't really leave them out for him to get his hands on, but I do have a copy of...
I had to share.
You had to share, you poor thing. No, my books are precious, but I do have still my copy of Harriet the Spy, and he drew on all the end pages in pencil, so I did actually get the rub and manage to rub most of it out, but you can still see where he put those marks
Come
on.
by that crayon.
Yeah. So there we go. So we were traumatised as kids. That is our Good Omens book tag. If you want to have a go, I will leave the prompts down below in the description box so you know what we're waffling on about up here.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't. Okay. As always, there is a link to a small booktuber down below. Please go and check them out and share the love. There are my social media links, also a link to my husband's book blog and booktube channel.
Why, thank you.
You're very welcome. So you can go and say hi to him. He talks about board games as well. So if you're into that area, he's the guy to listen to. If you have any comments or suggestions for some of these prompts but you don't want to do a video, leave it in the comments down below.
Well, I was having a comment, but I'll have to wait.
Okay, you'll have to wait, please. But try not to do any spoilers. You know, we've tried really hard not to do spoilers, but some of these prompts kind of encourage spoilers. So you've got to be careful, please. And as always, thank you very much for watching and happy reading. Bye.
See you later.
Okay.